This is an Erasmus Plus project called Art is in the Air. Here is Pламен Велчев, our ex-student, who is now teacher of drawing and printmaking. Here are two students, Martina and Камелия, who will interview him.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Can you please tell me a few words about yourself?
Well, I was born in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. I graduated this high school in 99, and then I was accepted in the US for my undergrad, and yes, this has been an artist since.
Why did you choose an art school?
Well, as every kid, as you guys know, every kid is like very interested in drawing and dancing and singing. But after a while, after a couple of years, I just kind of like, my love kind of grew more towards drawings, towards the visual arts. And then that kind of pushed me in that direction. So I applied to the school, I was accepted, and that's it.
That's nice.
What did you do after you graduated high school?
Well, I applied to US to a bunch of schools, and I was accepted in the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts, which is the oldest academy in the US. And I studied 4 years, and I have a degree in printmaking. And I did drawings, experimented, I did mixed media stuff, couple installations. So, that's it.
And now, how has graduating art school or academy helped you to achieve your goals?
Well, I was fortunate enough to have like a very positive environment, which is very important for one artist. One artist has to like grow in a very artistic, positive, open-minded environment. So I was lucky. I was really lucky in that direction. So I had great teachers. I made great friends. So that helped me kind of to create my own style, create my being as an artist.
Why did you become a teacher? Was it in your job list?
Yes, it was. Well, I became a teacher because I remember when I was a student, and I remember how my teachers kind of pumped me up. They showed me stuff which nobody showed me before. So I kind of always wanted to give this spark back to my students. I always wanted to give to my students the best and to give them 100% stuff which nobody can give them. So that was really important for me as a teacher. So that's why I chose this profession.
And why do you think, and what do you think makes a good teacher?
Good teacher is one who gives constructive criticism, who gives a positive feedback, who believes in their students, who pushes his students or her students to give them their best, who doesn't think about their ego, which is very important. A good teacher is someone who really pushes students in a direction to get the best of them and to show them stuff which nobody can show them. That's a good teacher.
What do you love the most in your job?
Interacting with my students, and of course when they make awesome drawings and projects, that kind of like, you know, I'm very excited about that. So.
And what part of your job is most difficult?
Probably the paperwork, which I hate.
What part of your job is most difficult?
The paperwork.
Yes.
Okay, so have you ever regretted being a teacher?
No, never. Never. I have never regretted that. Never. Not even once.
And there was a nice memory in your teaching career.
Well, last year I was given the chance to make a big mural with my students, which is a program which was outside of our curriculum. So we were giving the wall on the inside of the school, which is about 36 feet wide by maybe 12 feet high, to make a mural about the school. So I took the opportunity and I got my team. I asked a couple of students if they're going to help me, and I turned to be like really one original mural, which I'm very, very excited and very proud of my students about. So that was like, so far, one of the highest points of my career.
Okay, so who is the person or visual artist who inspired you?
Well, there are many. There's no one person. There are many, many, many artists. There are many teachers. Probably like maybe one of my first teachers in the academy in US. They gave me some directions which I never thought I would achieve in my life. As far as artists, I look up artists all the time, and I recommend that to all my students. Look up artists. I mean, the world is full of interesting people. Everybody has a different brain. That's very important. Everybody has a different imagination. So I get inspired with my colleagues too. Like whether here or internationally, I look up artists. So the list is like very long.
Who is the person that supported you most?
Well, I guess my family has been always stood by me. Also, my friends, my best friends in US, they supported me. They gave me like a tremendous support, which we always grateful for.
If you could turn the time back, would you choose another path or not?
No, I wouldn't. Definitely not.
Apart from school, what professional accomplishments have you achieved?
Well, I've collaborated with international artists on different projects. I have done murals in US and in Bulgaria. I have about 9 solo exhibitions and more than maybe 40 group exhibitions. Last year I won an award for a young artist in Plovdiv actually, and my piece was brought in. It's going to be like in a private collection in the gallery. One of my pieces, couple of my pieces were in a movie by M. Night Shyamalan. That happened like maybe 15 years ago. So I have about maybe 3 lithographs and 5 model types in the movie. So the list, yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah,
So far I'm very motivated, and I was lucky enough to make these connections with people and to continue doing as an artist.
Would you show us your best piece of art?
Well, the best piece, I wouldn't say the best piece. Well, I have a couple. I've done a mural in US, which was about a friend of mine who unfortunately passed away from cancer. So I was given an opportunity for a friend of mine to make a tribute to my friend. So that was one of the biggest walls I had ever done. It was like the 4th to 3rd floor, and I got it with a friend of mine who is a street artist to do it together because we are very close. And that has done a tremendous impact on me. First of all, because it was like a personal, because it was a friend of mine, so I get put extra energy. It was kind of emotional. And second, because I felt so happy after it was done. Like her mom was very grateful, and I don't know, just like when the opening was just one big celebration. So that was like maybe one of my best pieces so far.
And what about your future art projects?
Well, I'm thinking about a couple of things. We'll see. Just I have to just kind of like keep drawing and kind of keep thinking what I'm going to do next. But I have a couple of ideas, when it's time, I'll show you guys.
What would be your advice to nowadays students?
To be open to the world, to be open-minded, to be themselves. That's very important. To follow their own path, to make their own mark. Because when people, I know that life is rough sometimes, their society, but just to find their way, to find their path, their voice, that's very important. Because even though, our communication, we're fortunate enough is through art, which is very important. And people get that. People see that. Like, no matter, like, sometimes, like, you know, some people are like, well, nobody's gonna care, or why am I doing this? People will care, trust me. They will always care, they'll find it. So I would suggest them, my recommendations to be themselves, to make their mark, to make things which are important to them. To look around and be like, what is important to them, and I'm gonna make it, just because I want to. That's what I would say.
And that's it.
Thank you very much.
Cool, thank you.